ShartimusPrime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits, Subscribe,
do pop off on you, and I think it just broke.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Hot Toys action figure review on Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron movie masterpiece MMS 306 Thor 1/6 scale collectible figure. If you're trying to get one of these, they are available now at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
I've actually been wanting this figure for quite some time now. I haven't picked up the last two Thors, but this one I really wanted. I like the packaging over here. Pretty standard Age of Ultron Hot Toys packaging. You get this augmented reality app sticker. I'm curious about that one. We'll try it out later. And we get the Avengers Age of Ultron with the foil text. And same thing with the foil text right there with Thor on the side. And then on the back you get the Avengers A. And then we get Mjolnir with the foil. Then on the top right here it says Thor. And on the bottom it says Avengers Age of Ultron. If we can lift up this sleeve right there, you can see the figure inside. And on the side it says Thor once again. And then on the very back you can see all the people responsible for creating the figure. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Thor out of the packaging. I actually really like this figure. I do have my complaints about it, but there's some things about it that I really like that I didn't expect. I mean, for instance, the cape over here. Wow, that is beautiful. I didn't expect that to look so nice. I do like the light up feature and the effect that comes with Mjolnir over there. And the face sculpt is just as much as I had wanted it to be as far as getting the likeness down. So I'm really happy with that. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the accessories and then we'll take a closer look at Thor. So always remember to look at the instructions before you start posing your figure around, especially with those squishy arms. You want to be careful. So the figure comes with 4 pairs of interchangeable hands, fisted hands, Mjolnir holding hands, relaxed palms, and then these wide open hands. You get a set of extra wrist pegs in case you break those. We get a pretty standard Age of Ultron base, except we get the added electricity effect going on over there because it's Thor and the adjustable cradle right here, which I'm not a big fan of. Then we get this die-cast Mjolnir, which is very cool looking. I like it a lot, and it's pretty hefty, you know, like the other die-cast one. You know, it has some good weight to it. Sculpted out very well, very reflective right there. I like this, and then we get this brand new one, which I actually even like more so because it's hollow, except for the components right here for this light up feature. Then you can see the nice detail right in there. I think that looks really good. Yeah, nice black paint inside there. Looks like it's made out of metal, but it's not, so seeing the two side by side, you definitely see the difference between them, but you know, I still really like this one. And then we get this added electricity effect piece, which I love. I think this is cool. I actually wish we had 2 of them. Yeah, I'm greedy. I want 2. But look at the blue right there, fading into the white, and it does it all over the place right there. I just think that is just awesome. And you can put this on either one of the Mjolnirs. You just clip it on like so. It just wraps around there very easily. And will it fall off? And it stays on there okay. Then on the plastic one, same deal. You can do that. Let's see. Putting it the other way, it's a little bit weird. I'd be afraid to... you could do that too if you want to. It doesn't look terrible. Yeah, so you get some options right there. So now to show off the light up feature here, this comes with the batteries inside already, which I appreciate greatly because I always get irritated with having to put batteries in with the Hot Toys. You know, they have the time to put the little fluffy things in the armpits, you know, why can't they put the batteries in? This time they put the batteries in, so I should shut up about it. Anyway, to turn it on, you just rotate this counterclockwise and boom. You get this electric effect right there. And you do have to, you know, be in a somewhat dim area for it to really shine, but it looks really nice once you're looking at it and you can see it through there. Then adding the effect onto this is just really cool. I like this a lot. I love how you can see the light beaming from the top over here and it goes into the electricity effect. That is awesome. Then shutting off all the lights on the review station, here it is. Looking pretty impressive. I'm liking that. That's not too bad, man. Now here's looking at the head sculpt, and Hot Toys just nailed it with this. Come on, man. That is the most Chris Hemsworth looking Hot Toy figure I have ever seen. They just nailed the likeness right here, no? Look at all the stubble sculpted right over there. The eyebrows are done correctly. The eyes look really good. I just really think that looks like Chris Hemsworth. I think they killed it with that. I just think that is fantastic. And now, like my Avengers figure, they did use the gold paint for the hair again, which I think works. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think it works, and then other times I do think it works. But, you know, for the most part, I think it looks okay. You know, especially because his hair did look a little bit darker in this movie compared to some of the other ones. But, you know, it's at least sculpted very nicely. You can see all the little ties right over there in the back. And, you know, he's got the sharp hair right over there. And looking at this cape once again, you can see some really good paint on it. I think it looks really nice how it fades like this.
You know, you saw it earlier how it gets really dark right there at the bottom. Very silky looking material. Feels really nice. Then looking at his armor over here, looks really nice. Really good paint apps. These little dots right here are all painted like a bronze color. Looks really good. Now, getting to the frame of the figure though, I get a little frustrated with this. I feel like he should have been like a little bit bigger right here in the shoulders. I don't know. He's got a very tubular frame. And I just feel like it should have, I don't know, his laterals should be sticking out a little bit more or something. Like the shoulders, it's just like not bulky enough up here. So that's one of my gripes with this figure. Now he does have some pretty good looking arms as far as this, what they use, foam latex or something like that to do this. And I think it looks pretty good. I like how the veins pop out over there. You can see the veins and everything. So it looks pretty good. The only thing is that you do get that wrist peg right there that, you know, it's pretty obvious. And this does move up and down. It makes it a little bit difficult interchanging the hands. So that's a little bit frustrating. But anyway, I guess you could take this off if you really wanted to. I don't know why. And this piece is actually painted very well too. I actually really like how that looks. But anyway, what I don't like is that when you bend the elbows, you get this very weird look over here, and it just gets all squishy. And you can't do a 90-degree bend with this. It says only about 70 degrees, and that's... I wish they added 2 joints in the inside over here. I think that would have given it a little bit more of a sharper bend over here instead of it kind of just U-ing, you know? I don't know. So, and it seems like this material is going to be strong enough to hold up. I don't know. If this is the same material that they used on Gamora and the Hulk figures, those have both stood the test of time, so I think this should work out alright. But anyway, looking at the rest of the figure over here, like I said, looks pretty good through and through. You get this nice leathery pants right over here, you know, and you get some of that mesh right there on the side of the legs. It looks really nice with that gunmetal color. I like that. Some nice little pieces of blue right over here for the loincloth. Then he has his boots that do slide very much, so you can see his ankles right there, which actually kind of helps with the ankle movement because his ankles are so loose. When you shift these down, it kind of stiffens up the ankle movement a little bit, but these look really good over here. I like how the boots came out. Nice silver paint apps and everything over there. Then here's looking at the back of the figure. You can see some more sculpted detail, Thor butt, and then the Thor legs right there. And you can see the Thor head sculpt side by side over here, and yeah, I'm liking this newer head sculpt a lot more. So as far as this augmented reality app goes, it is not working for me. It has been scanning for a while now. I held the phone above the stand like this, right up close to it, because it says locate the Avengers logo on the figure stand, and it's just not calibrating at all. Am I bummed out about this? No, not really, not at all. I wasn't really excited about this augmented app. It's just not something I was too interested in. I was going to give it a try, especially for the review, but it's not really working. Don't really care. So Thor's articulation is decent, but unfortunately you cannot get his head to look up. Yeah, that's as far up as his head will go. He does have the neck joint and the head joint, so he can move forward that much. You do get side-to-side rotation, so the directions do warn you to move the head up and down first and then move it side to side. And you also get some neck pivot over here. Whoop, that popped off, so neck pivot that much without it popping off. Now you get the shoulder joints that move outward that much. You can shift them up and down right here, which does help with posing, and you can move them forward and back at the armpit as well. Of course, you can rotate the arms forward, which is great. Then you also get that elbow bend, which I was showing off, that could bend in that much at most. And they do warn you not to bend it in more than 70 degrees. And you do get a little bit of rotation over here, but I haven't really messed with it too much, so I don't really want to mess with that rotation right there at the elbow. You do get a wrist swivel, and then you have that peg that allows it to move up and down. You do get a waist joint, which I will say, you know, I would rather not leave it turned to the side one way or another for too long, especially if you have a leg up, because this will flare out and may get stuck like that, you know. So you can rotate it side to side quite a bit, though, so you do get a bit of movement. It just tends to bunch out a little bit on you as you move it to the side a little bit more, so it tends to get poofy on you, and you get a tiny bit of crunching over here. It's like this whole vest area, or the armor, just doesn't allow any torso movement as far as crunching goes, so it's pretty limited over there. You do get the hip joints that move outward that much, and you can get him to kick forward only that far, and he does kick back a little bit. You get upper thigh rotation, you get double jointed knees. We move that boot down so it could bend that much. That's quite a bit. And then you get the ankles that move down. They can move up. You can rotate rotate them side to side, and you do get ankle pivot. So to measure out Thor over here, he's standing just a tiny bit over 13 inches tall. Then here's our first Avengers Thor next to our second Avengers Thor, and you can see how much taller this newer figure is over here. Unfortunately though, you can see that he is a bit slimmer in the upper torso compared to this one. I know he has the mesh on there on his arms, but still, I feel like this guy could have been bulkier up top. And then here's Thor next to my other Age of Ultron Hot Toys figures. We have Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Mark 42 Iron Man. And even though this figure does stand taller than the first Avengers movie Thor, I still wish this was even taller than he is right now. I don't know, just the size difference between him and Hawkeye. I wish he was much taller than the Iron Man figure for sure. And then here's Hot Toys Age of Ultron Thor compared to some other Age of Ultron Thor figures. We have the Marvel Legends version and the SH Figuarts version. And you can see with both of these two figures over here, they have much bulkier, broader shoulders than the Hot Toy figures. So that's what I was looking for. And then here's Thor next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh, come on, man, it's Christmas. You think you can give me a break? Oh, man, that's heavy, but thank you. Hey! I gotta say, I really do like this figure. I have my complaints, but I'm very happy with it. It's definitely the Thor figure upgrade that I've been wanting for quite some time. I do like the figure, and I do recommend it, especially if you don't have any Hot Toys Thor figures in your collection. And I hope you guys liked my review. If you did, please hit the like button. Click any of these boxes right over here if you want more Shart in your face. If you want to, check out the Patreon account. Your guys' help is much appreciated. Also, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also go to MarvelousNews.com for the latest in Marvel-related news. I'll catch you guys later. Merry Christmas!
Posing action figures, imposing action figures, imposing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures.
That's crispy.
You can see all the people responsible for